Good girl, come. Good girl, come. Atta girl. Good dog, come. Come. Good girl. Good girl. Hey, first bird of the morning. So we got one here. I don't have any video of me shooting them, but we drove by 3 out on the main trail coming in. I mean, literally public land on that side of the road, north side of the road. But there's a little house there on the south side of the road. And I'm not going to get out and shoot one off the main road out there. I mean, legal, you can shoot them from the side of the road right away. And I got videos of 2 of them that were sitting together. And then 100 yards up, there was another one. So again, I could have got out and shot those, but I don't think anybody wants to get woke up on a Sunday morning with somebody blasting a shotgun just outside of their house. So we're actually out in the hunting woods now, and we got one. We're on the same spot we were in last weekend. This trail goes up at forks. We're going to walk both forks of the trail again. You do get this mixed red pine, but then that thick, heavy, scrubby jack pine is where we're really finding the birds. So we'll see if the birds are still sitting in there. But hey, good start to the morning. It's just a little bit after 8 o'clock. And man, sunrise isn't till, I think it was 7:47 this morning. I sat around the house drinking coffee. I didn't know what to do with myself. It was still dark so late. So hey, let's get after it. This might be our last Sunday grouse hunt of the year. Got it, I think. Come on, find that bird. Come on. She got hot in there. That bird came straight up over them pines. Might have landed on this stuff though. Where's that bird at? Where's that bird at? Can't believe its momentum would have carried it that far. Definitely on it. Fetch! Fetch! Come on! Come on. That's a good dog. Good girl. Come on, bring it here. Good girl. Right here, girl. Come here. Come here. Girl. Good dog. Good dog. There it is. Bird number 2 of the day. Broke the wing, blew some feathers off of him, and well, he went down out into that long grass. And like I said last week, pays to have a good bird dog, because I don't think I'd have ever found that bird on my own. That bird came, you can see the jack pines back there. Nala was on it, I had the camera on, and that bird flew straight up in the air, and then of course came straight over me. And I generally won't shoot a bird when it's coming at me, especially when they're that close. Just with all the breast meat and all that just pointing straight at your shotgun barrel. You shoot a bird doing that, and you tend to blow them up really badly. To the point where you don't get a lot of meat. So I generally don't shoot those. I let them swing and I let them go by me. But man, that's hard to do on grouse, because when they come over you, they're moving, and to swing and get on them. My Lord, that bird was over 20 yards away from me before I finally squeezed the trigger on it. And there we go, second bird of the morning. Let's keep walking. On to spot number 2. Find the bird. Find the bird. Catch bird, catch bird. Atta girl. Good dog. Come on. Oh, there we go. Good girl. Good girl. Not a real big bird. Bird number 3. We're gonna keep after it here. Not a bad morning. Not a bad way to most likely finish out my grouse season. Good dog. Good girl. Atta girl. Yeah, just a good dog. Oh. We got it. Boy, that bird got up, and it was such an easy shot back there, and I was obviously back of him. Both of his legs are broken. Both of his legs are broken. He's stone dead, but he did not go down. He flew almost 100 yards, a good solid 75 yards. He flew, hit through the body, and we got up here, and immediately she flushed another bird, and I said, ah, shoot, it must have been that bird. He must not have been hit. But it was obviously a second bird in this stuff, because this one's laying up here stone dead, and all comes out with the bird. I was really disappointed on that one, because that was a really easy shot. He flew all the way across this knob I'm on, across the open swamp, and died right back here. And great big gray bird, but I mean, literally both legs are broken. I thought he was going to go down on my first shot, and then I just couldn't get up on him and hit him then when he kept flying. But hey, that's bird number 4. We were walking this old pine plantation again, and flushed a bird way up in front of me, and hustled to try to get up on it, and it flushed a second time way in front of me. I mean, the birds are getting smart at this time of year. They've been hunted, they've been flushed a few times. But we came up and was standing watching the dog work, and the bird actually got up behind me. I made it nervous just standing there. But hey, that's bird number 4. So again, this might be our last legitimate grouse hunt of the year. So it'd be amazing to end on a limit. So we're gonna walk back over this little watering hole up here and let the dog drink, and then we're gonna hit the other side of that. We're gonna hit the other side of that pine plantation and see if we can't kick a bird out of that brush. There we are. That's a limit. Bird got up out of this stuff wide open. You can't ask for an easier shot than that. Come on, girl. Good dog. Come. Look at that one. Good dog. Bird number 5. Oh, bird number 5. I just shut the Tacticam on and off. So hopefully I got it. It was in standby mode, so it should have came on immediately. But man, that bird got up right out of the open stuff here. I'm sure he's just sitting in here eating brush or eating buds off the brush. And it's bird number 5, guys. I can't even believe it. Bird number 5. We've shot several limits this year. It's been a very good year. I know a lot of people talking about the bird numbers are way down. I've even heard kind of secondhand through some people that people weren't even hunting this year. They were just going to take the year off because they didn't think it was worth it. And I'm going to tell you what, it's worth it this year. We all know this numbers are going to crash here at some point in time, but the area I'm in right now has had a lot of juveniles, flushing a lot of birds. The other area I primarily hunt still has birds, don't get me wrong, but not as much as here, not as many juveniles as here. But hey, just because you hear the bird numbers are down, that doesn't mean you don't want to get out and hunt. It's kind of tough for me to accept the fact that fall's coming to an end. November 1st is on Friday. And this is definitely my last weekend day just to come out here and walk with the dog. Heading to Montana for a deer hunting trip. And then it's the Minnesota firearm season. And in the area I'm at, that's a 16-day season, so 3 weekends. And I don't hunt my dog on public land out here during deer season. It just, you know, there's a lot of people hunting. I don't want to irritate anybody. I want to give everyone a chance to enjoy the woods. And all of these trails and all of these spots I'm walking have ATV trails trimmed and deer stands. And it's just areas that I know are going to get hunted during gun season. So I'll probably stay out of these areas. And yesterday was day 1 of hockey season for my 2 youngest sons. My oldest son has been running for almost a month now, but the 2 little boys started yesterday. So that means every single weekend from here through March, we're going to be at the hockey rink. So, hey, what a sweet way to end it. Oh, it's just important to remember that even though it's cool, we had 35 degrees this morning, we did have some spotty frost. It's still incredibly dry, and the dog still needs water. And they need water a lot more often than we need water. So make sure you're stopping, make sure you're giving your dog a drink. Oh, just one more point as we're walking out here. You know, at the start of this video, you saw me video some birds sitting out on the main road. I'm not against guys road hunting. I'm not against guys taking their 4-wheelers out. I've said it a few times. But God, I just keep seeing these stupid arguments on social media, on some of the grouse hunting pages I follow. You know, the dog hunters want to get away from the 4-wheelers. They don't like the 4-wheelers. Well,
a lot of country up here, and in zero of my videos am I out here running into a whole bunch of four-wheelers, complaining about the four-wheelers. I'm just out hunting, and I'm getting away from the traffic, and I'm walking with the dog, and we can coexist. But you saw me video those birds on the road. I just don't think that was the right situation to even get out on those birds, try to flush them off. It was all public land on the north side of the road. That's where all the birds flew. But there was a house just too nearby, like pretty much right on the other side of my truck. There was a house, and public land or not, that's the sort of thing that does give hunters bad name, is when it's Sunday morning at 8 in the morning and you're blasting your shotgun right outside a person's house. I think Minnesota law is 500 feet from a house, but you know, I just try to avoid those situations because I don't think that's the right situation to get out and shoot a bird. Whether you shoot it on the ground, whether you get up and kick it and make it fly, whatever. So I just wanted to point that out. You know, I'm not against guys getting out on the trucks and the wheelers and enjoying this out here, because it's great fun either way. And that's what I do when I take my boys out. Obviously, I got a almost 6-year-old and 8-year-old. They can't be shooting birds on the wings. They're barely able to control the gun. So I help them with the gun. We shoot the birds on the ground, and they love it, and they're really into it. A couple Fridays ago, we got a limit out here. That was awesome. I tried to take them out here last Friday, and we did see a couple birds, but they all flew before I could get the boys out on them, and that's the way it is some days. So, hey, just get outside and enjoy it. It's been honestly way too warm, but it's been a great fall. Okay, last point I want to give you on this video here. I'll lay the birds out, get a nice little clip with the dog at the end, but most guys probably turn around when they hit this spot of the trail, because that's all it is wide open young pine plantation. The first half of this trail is just terrible. It's too mature, big, tall red pines. It's kind of pretty, but the brush is thin, and there's no birds in that spot. You know, about 75, 100 yards down, that's where I start flushing birds, and then that's what it looks like. And I walk around the outside of that thing, and you know, it's swamp, and then it's heavy brush and a little bit of aspens, and then this great big wide open pine plantation. And that goes for another, well, you can just barely see right there the mature trees, and that's not the end. There's another little bend in a corner. So I mean, we're talking a good half a mile, and that's where I'm getting almost all my birds. So that's your tip, is just to get off and hit some of those areas where everybody is probably turning around right here under these big mature pines. This trail is getting almost no attention, because quite frankly, it's not that good habitat for the majority of the trail. So if you're willing to walk 3/4 of a mile, I mean, it's not a super long walk, probably 3/4 of a mile to this spot, just to be able to hunt everything back there. Those are the kind of spots where you're finding birds. Even though this is a well-worn ATV trail, it's had traffic on it. Anybody can hunt it. It's all public. I bet most people turn around pretty much right where I'm standing. All right, we're back at the truck. Got all the birds lined up here with the dog. Get a few nice pictures of her. Yeah, this is the end of our season, guys. I can't believe how fast October goes every year. And, you know, I got young kids. I got to do a little bit of sports and a little bit of other stuff with the family. And it flies by so fast. One last point I will tell you. We're going to take these babies home. We're going to cook them up. We're going to probably eat them tonight. Probably have a little bit of leftovers, take to school tomorrow for lunch. And I'll officially have 0 grouse in the fridge and the freezer. I eat my birds every week, and I clean them up, usually Sunday night, sometimes Monday if I'm too tired on Sunday. I fry them all up. Hey, stop chewing on that one. And yeah, that way I don't ever have to worry. The possession limit, the daily limit's 5. The possession limit in Minnesota is 10. So you go out twice and limit out, you're at your possession limit. So I don't ever freeze birds, because for one, I just don't, I don't like putting them in the freezer and then forgetting about them, because that's usually what happens is they get buried. Deer season's coming up, you know, they get buried under 50 pounds of venison. And I just don't like freezing grouse. They're not as good frozen. They always seem like they get freezer burnt, and they're just delicious when they're fresh. So sometimes that's 10 birds in a frying pan. Quite honestly, I'll fry up 10 birds, and it means leftovers, and I love eating leftovers. I take leftovers to work with me. And I'm the exact same way with fish, walleyes, panfish. When I'm fishing, I try to get them home. I try to get them in the fridge, and that might mean we eat a couple meals of fish that week, but I don't like freezing fish either, because the same thing always seems to happen to me. I get them in the freezer, I forget about them, they get buried in there, and I just don't like doing that. So, yeah, it's going to be dinner for tonight. All right, guys, hey, next video I post, like I said, it's going to be a deer season video, so we will see you probably in Montana.